know if I'm just waiting with bated breath listening to your words. I have to catch my breath after.
It's really good, wasn't it?
Hello, I thought I would share with you 3 pieces from another one of the Chapter 48 series. This is Chapter 48, Volume 2. It is from 2011 through 2018, and yes, it also has a picture of Chicago on the cover because I'm a Chicagoan. I moved here a few years ago, so this is why I've got a picture flying away from Chicago as the cover, because it also has shows from Austin and stuff. It's mostly Chicago stuff, so that's why there's a picture flying away from Chicago. I thought I'd read from you 3 pieces, and I thought, should I read this one piece? It's really, really short micro prose, and my bookmark says yes. So I guess I will. I guess I will read this piece first. This is from a show that was called This is called Letter 9/16/06. I just played gin with my dad for the first time ever. All my life, I remember my mom and dad playing gin with another couple coming over, playing at the poker table, and I learned how to play. And it's kind of like rummy. I don't think I ever played gin with my parents, but I knew how to play it, and I probably played with my sister. I can't really remember, but Mom and I, now all I do is just play gin with when we're together, me and my husband. We just want to spend some time together, and so we want to do something other than watching TV. But when we play, we don't keep track of the scores, and we call all the time because why not? It's just a game, right? Anyway, I asked my dad after my mom died if he wanted to play gin because he played cards with people before when people hadn't died yet. But now they play pinochle, and I don't know pinochle. But anyway, I asked Dad a few times if maybe he'd like to play gin, and he always said no. Yesterday, even, he was playing a computer game, and I offered to play a game of gin with him, and he still said no. But today, my second to last day of visiting him, he was playing a computer game, and I thought, okay, I gotta just do this. I get into a rut, and I say that I'm like him, so I should take some initiative. So I went and I got a deck of cards, and I just sat down next to him and just started shuffling. And finally, he paused long enough from his computer game of solitaire, and he looked over to see what I was doing. And I said, I've got a deck of cards. Want to play a game of gin? And he said, let me finish what I was doing here, and okay. So I kept shuffling until he was finished playing and dealt. I actually ginned in the first game. When I got the winning card from him as a discard, I said, I'm sorry, but gin. And then we played again, and he called, and he beat me because I had absolutely nothing in my hand. And then we played a few more times, and then he said he wanted to go watch a game on TV. So we stopped playing after about 4 or 5 games. And I talked to my husband on the phone, long distance, afterward, and I said that this is probably the first time in my life I've ever played gin with my father. Interesting. I learned this game from my father without him even trying to teach me. And this is the first time I'd ever played gin with my dad. Interesting. This one is from a show that was called Games People Play. And this is called Ever Since You Got Me. I've been hanging around here ever since you got me, when the two of you were first happy. Every once in a while, one of you looks at me, reflects on what it was like, and I think you smile then. I sit here now, looking out at your world, seeing how you live now, and I wonder, because I don't think you notice it, but I see the changes in how you live now. I don't think you're unhappy. I can tell you're not really happy, but I don't think you're about to end your life or anything. But as I was saying, although I can't see much from where I sit, I don't think you're unhappy. But you don't seem to have that same pep in your step. I think that both of you have lost something. And I know this because look at me. I know. I know what you looked like then. Your faces and your happiness. It's burned into me forever. You two holding each other and beaming with happiness like the whole world's ahead of you. Wait, is that it? Is it that life is passing you by? I mean, I think I understand. I know I am fading with each passing year, but I look at you two walking around like you're drones now, going through the motions, not looking looking like life is still in your hands, the way you did when you created me. That poem was about a wedding photo. Because that whole show was like, this poem's about things. I'm like, that's about a wedding photo. You were happy once. I mean, really, look at me. You had smiles on your faces. You held each other. Yeah, it's all about a wedding photo. This is not from that show. This is from a show. No, it's from the same show. It's, yeah, like you guys care. But this is not about anything. This is about poem. It's called Love Affair with Moon 2012. How do we understand this love for what we see in the night sky? I think everyone loves the moon, and I think everyone is transfixed to their televisions or radios when we first made our one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Scientists at NASA during the Cold War considered setting off nuclear bombs on the dark side of the moon. Because, you see, no one sees that side of the moon, and it would be a safe distance from the Earth. But what would then actually happen to our weather or our orbits? The earthquake that caused the devastation tsunami in Asia actually slowed the rotation of our planet for a full second. And they say committing nuclear atrocities on the moon is a safe distance from the Earth. Our calendars have leap years because we just can't seem to get time right. In a few months, we even have to add seconds to the day just to adjust our calendar to the slowing down of our Earth's rotation. Astronomers now estimate that because of the gravity's changes, the moon every year is almost 4 centimeters farther away from the Earth. So if you remember the moon looking so big when you looked up at the night sky when you were little, well, you may have been right. Astronomy is like a forbidden love affair, something whose constancy can give you hope even when you're only standing outside at the middle of the night and looking up at its perennial beauty. It is something one person may never actually touch, but it is something we can always, like star-crossed lovers, admire from afar. Thank you.